Good morning. Today we're covering section 3.1. We are plotting points in a coordinate plane. And let's go and look at the definition. We have a coordinate plane is formed by two number lines that intersect a right angle. So we have the x-axis and we also have the y-axis. And then each point in the plane corresponds to an ordered pair, an x value and a y value. And we write down in parentheses with a comma in between. Now the domain is a set of input values. Now all the input values are going to be the x values. All the range is a set of output values. And the output values will be the y values. And we're going to look at this a little more in depth, the input and output values on example number 3. Now we also need to be able to label the quadrants. If you notice, by these two axes, the graph is divided in 4 different sections or 4 quadrants. This is quadrant number 1. This is quadrant number 2. Quadrant number 3 and quadrant number 4. Example number 1. We want to be able to plot each of the points and determine which quadrant they're located. The first thing I want you guys to do, I want you guys to place an X and a Y on top. And make sure you guys are using a red pen for that. Then that 3 corresponds to the X. So that means we're going to move to the right or to the left. Because it's a positive, we're going to move to the right. The 2 corresponds to the Y value. And because it's positive, we'll be moving up. The Y value will move up or down. If it's positive, we'll be moving up. If it's negative, we'll be moving down. So that means I'm going to start at the origin, which is 0, 0. Then I'm going to go to the right 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go up 2. And go ahead and label. This is letter A. And we're actually going to do it with a capital letter instead. Now, letter B, X and Y. It's a negative 4. That means we're going to go to the left 4. This is positive 3. That means we're going to go up 3. So you're going to start at the origin. So you're going to left 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3. And that'll be the point B. Letter C, you need to write down an X and Y on top. Then this is a positive 1. That means we're going to go to the right 1. This is a negative 5. We're going to go down 5. So from the origin, we're going to go to the right 1 and down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that'll be letter C. And yes, you must write down your X and your Y above and your arrows as well for each of the points on the homework as well. Go ahead and finish. Well, let's go and do letter D and E and F, and I'll let you guys work on example number 2 by yourselves. This is a negative 3. We're going to go to the left 3. This is a negative 4. We're going to go down 4. So to the left 3. 1, 2, 3. And down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is letter D, point D. For letter E, X and Y, it's a 0. So that means we're not going to go to the right or to the left. We're just going to stay there, and then we're going to go up 3. So I'm going to stay here. I'm not moving left or right, and then I'm just going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. So that is letter E. For letter F, X, Y. The X will tell me to move to the left 4 because it's a negative 4. And then I'm just going to stay there because it's a 0. So I'm not going to go up or down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to stay there. So that'll be letter F. Now your domain corresponds to the input values or the X values. And one of the easy ways that we can remember this is write down on the left hand side x comma y, and doctor. So the domain will be the x values, the r will be the y values. So every time you're asking you guys for domain or range, I want to be able to see this as part of your work. So the x will be the d, the domain, the y will be the range, doctor. So the domain are the x values. So the x values are 3, -4, 1, -3, 0, and -4. The y values will be 2, 3, -5, -4, 3, and the last one will be 0. So the domain will be all the input values, the range will be the output values. Domain will be the x values, the range will be the y values. Go and try example number 2, see what you get, and then we can compare answers. Go and pause it. Great. On example number 2, we are going to go through the same process. First point will be x, y. X is negative, so to the left 4 and then up 1. So to the left 4 and up 1, that'll be letter A. Letter B, x, y, positive, so to the right 1, and then I'm going to stay there. So I'll be to the right 1, and I'm going to stay there. That'll be letter B. Letter C, x, y. And it's a -1, so that means I'm going to go to the left 1. It's a -2, I'm going to go down 2. So I'm going to go to the left 1 and down 2, and that'll be letter C. Letter D, x, y. It's a 0, that means I'm going to stay there. I'm not going to go left or right, and I'm just going to go down 4. So no left and right, I'm just going to go down 4, and that'll be letter D. Letter E, x, y. Negative, so I'm going to go to the left 3, and negative, I'm going to go down 3. So to the left 3 and down 3, that'll be letter E. Letter F will be x, y. It's positive, so I'm going to go to the right 3. It's positive, that means I'm going to go up 3. Remember, your x will be left or right, your y will be up or down. So I'm going to go to the right 3 and up 4, and that'll be letter F. For your domain, I'm going to write down x, comma, y, doctor. So for your domain, that corresponds to the x values. So I need to write down all the x values, which are -4, 1, -1, 0, -3, and the last one will be 3. For the range will be the y values, so there'll be 1, 0, -2, -4, -3, and 4. So hopefully you get the same answers.